one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, hello, hello. Saturday night again, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back to all of our viewers. Glad to see you here. Tonight, you'll notice that we don't have the southern sultry tones of Doc Martin. We have Kimmy Jong-un. Why censored here tonight in place of Doc? Oh, now you can see us. So we got Kimmy
really
on tonight.
Replace Doc, but I can let you put my face in her spot, but I don't think I can replace her.
Yes, Christy, I did shower just for the show because I know you can smell me through the internet. So tonight we have Kimmy Jong-un. Doc Martin has all kinds of problems with her, not her internet, but her power keeps going on and off. So in her place, in her spot is Kimmy Jong-un tonight. So I'm sure everybody's upset about Doc, but happy Kimmy's here.
I have a theory of why Doc is not, the real reason Doc is not on. And I do think it has to do with her power being out and her internet not working. But I spoke with her earlier and she said that there's not a storm. There's nary a cloud in the sky. So I'm thinking we may be looking at a case of Woodpecker's revenge.
Oh no. Woody has returned,
I'm feeling
Doc.
pretty confident.
Oh, Doc has been taken out by Woody. Oh, Woody took you out, Doc. Sorry, Doc. Okay, a lot of people. There's Doc Martin in the chat, and Woody has gotten you. Woody's revenge. Oh, you better close your windows on Halloween night and not go outside. Okay,
so,
everybody.
I hate that she's not going to be on, but I'm glad that she asked me. I always look forward to looking like someone who doesn't know what the heck they're talking about.
Well, let's get right into not knowing what you're talking about. Since you were at AmpFest, you may know a little bit about this. So let's...
I know everything there is to know now.
Okay, so let's bring it up on the screen. This is from Summit News. Media contrives new hysteria out of violent Trump meme video, where Trump is in the church, apparently shooting up the media. So let me read a little bit of a lead-in for you, Kimmy, before you speak on everything AmpFest. The media has contrived yet another more hysteria over a meme video being played at an event hosted by Trump supporters, which depicts Trump as an assassin carrying out violence against the media and his political enemies. So, what do you think about that, Kimmy?
Well, I think a lot about that. One thing I think about that is I didn't even know the video was there until it went viral on Twitter. And so I would like to thank Twitter and the New York Times and CNN and whoever the infiltrator asshole was who decided to call the New York Times and make it sound like we were a bunch of horrible people playing murder videos and watching them. And apparently, I don't know what they thought we were doing. Like, they made it sound like we were just a bunch of, I don't know, deplorables, actually. Just watching this evil video of the president committing violence against the media. So I would not have seen that video had it not been for them, and neither would the millions of other people who have seen it. It was limited to about 7 people, other than the person. My understanding is that there were actually 8 people in that room. I thought there were 0, but then I found out that there were 8. So that's, well, I knew that there was 1 because somebody had to say that, had to like tell the New York Times. But So that's 7 more than I realized saw it. So they took it from 7 people seeing this video to millions of people seeing this video because they hate violence. So they had to make sure everybody could see the violence that was, I don't know, whatever. But it was a total non-thing. I mean, I'm not even sure that it was even playing there. It might have been, but it was a complete non-thing at that event. There was nobody even talking about the video or the meme room or anything. There was a lot of really positive and really super cool things that took place there that, not surprisingly, the New York Times and the others chose to ignore. But
now, from what I understand is that room was a separate small conference room that was not part of the larger AmpFest stage, if you will.
Right.
So, of course,
yeah,
New York Times,
it was just okay. So the way the place that, go ahead.
So the New York Times,
the way the place is set up is there's this big ball.
Okay.
There's this big ballroom in the center, and then a hall that goes along the front of it and along the side of it, and then along the sides, there are these breakout rooms. I think 3 on each side, and then you've got the big ballroom in the middle. The big ballroom is where the speakers and the panels and things were held, and then there were little breakout rooms on the side. And there were some meetings and things held in those side rooms that people did attend, but it was one of those side rooms that had the meme room, and I think that only lasted for an hour. I think it was just a like just one breakout session that was like an hour long that people could go in and look at memes or something. I didn't even go in there, so I don't really know what it was, but I did see a picture of the room, and it was empty. There was like nobody in there. I saw a TV, and that was it.
Now, Doc is telling me,
it might have been a laptop.
Doc is telling me she sent me the video and wants me to play it, which will probably get us kicked off Periscope almost immediately. But Doc, if you know where you sent it to me, I'll play it. I'll try to play some of it. Did you send it on Telegram?
It's not even that bad. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Because it's like all the videos that I know I think it's Carpe Dunkum, or maybe it was Solo Memes did the one about 300 where Trump is Leonidas and he kicks Obama into the pit. I mean, they're harmless little funny videos is what they are. They're nothing big. It's not like holding up a severed head of the president, you know.
Right. And even if it was, which it wasn't, but even if it, like, I've seen a picture, I've seen one before with like Trump standing there like holding Medusa's head, and it's got somebody else's face superimposed on it. So I have seen him holding a severed head. So, but it still wasn't, I still see a difference there with the Kathy Griffith thing, because they made a big thing, and it was a real person standing there holding the likeness of the president's head. That's different than a cartoon depiction of it, you know. But I'm still like, I don't know, maybe just because I'm hard to offend, maybe I assume other people are too. But that's not always true. But it was just like there was this other guy there that was a meme maker. He's the one, I think he placed, at least he might have won first place. They had a meme contest, and he's the one who did those superhero things. And you know what? I've actually got one right here. He did those superhero depictions of a lot of the speakers, and I just happen to have this one.
Oh, did he did all this Spider-Man.
Gosh. All right. I do not know how to do left, right, up, and down. Okay.
You gotta put it in your front of your face more. There you go. No, not move your head. Move it.
So he did all the speakers and these superhero things, and so he won. And he was there. I've got a picture of me with him. He was an eccentric little fella, and I like him. I hope he comes on my show sometime. But he was there, if you want to talk about memes, they could have talked about him. They could have. Don Jr. was there, but they didn't talk about anything that he had to say. They just talked about like they used the fact that he was there as if it was some sort of sanction by proxy. Like just his presence meant that the president approved of the meme that he wanted to kill all the media.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's just logos anyway, right? It's not Jeff Zucker's head. It's a logo of CNN, right? Was that what it was?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, not completely. Some of that was just logos towards the end, but at the beginning, it was a literal face, excuse me, a literal picture of like Bernie Sanders and a literal picture of somebody else. So some of it was literal people or images of literal people. But still, I don't think any politicians or media people were harmed in the making of that. It's not a GIF. It's not a meme. What is it? Is it called a meme? Whatever.
I think they call them memes.
Memes.
Fake
Movie clip.
They're memes.
Yeah.
Kind of like this one. I'll play one for the audience right now. Kind of like this.
Delete. Oops, should have deleted that a long time ago. Delete. Hello? Yeah, is this Hillary Clinton? Yes, it is. Who's this? It's Tulsi. Tulsi? How did you get my number? Oh, man, did you say Tulsi? Shut up, Bill! How did you get my number, Tulsi? I got your number from Russians, Hillary. Ooh, you're funny. Hey, ask her if she's got a sister. What do you want, Tulsi? Hillary, you are the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long. Oh man, Tulsi got you down to a T. The Russians are using you and you know it. Oh man, Tulsi, she's so fine. She looks like Wonder Woman. Hey Hillary, instead of being an internet warrior, why don't you join the race and let me kick your ass legally? For your information, I already beat Donald Trump, but the Russians took it away from me. You are so delusional, it's sad. And just FYI, I would beat you worse in this election than I beat my hard drive. You are the definition of treason. You know what? The fact that I'm still here proves that I'm a gutsy woman. Yeah, speaking of gutsy woman, why don't you and your daughter go sell another crap book at Costco? What are you talking about? My book is a bestseller. Your book, it's garbage. I wipe my ass with the pages of your shit book. How dare you! Goodbye, Hillary. Hey, give me Tulsi's number. The impeach this color-changing coffee mug. Buy one for a liberal and watch their head
Oh.
That was funny. I haven't seen that.
So that's sort of like a meme, right? It's sort of like what they played at AmpFest in an offshoot room that the New York Times made a big deal out of.
Yeah, and just wrote like it was so overblown. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I could just hear it.
I mean, like we didn't already know that. Not even knowing the story, it's overblown, but that's what they do.
Well, I don't watch CNN, but I could imagine Wolf Blitzer going, breaking news from the Situation Room. A meme video depicting Donald Trump killing us has been released. There'll probably be a congressional investigation on that now, right?
Oh yeah, run for your lives. I honestly, I was okay, let's see. When I first heard about it, it was when someone said that, can y'all hear my pumpkin in the background being loud? Tell me if you need to go shut her up. But when I first heard of, I can't, they know better than to do this. Can you hear her?
It's okay, Kimmy. We can hear you.
Oh. Okay. When I first heard about this, it was from a tweet. Someone told me that there was a tweet that Scaramucci sent out saying something like the Nazis were having a party and playing evil memes or something. So he's clearly finished off his traitor stat. I mean, because committed to his traitor status. But I mean, there's something to be said for like all press is good press, but at the same time, not only that, but people know better than this. And so to me, when they're doing this, like them just even going after the Amp Fest lets me know that the Amp Fest and the organizers of it and the entire MAGA movement is a threat to them, and that they recognize the threat and that they're doing what they can to squash it. But the problem is on their side, the problem is that nobody believes them anymore because they do this stuff all the time. And now that I've experienced it, and I know exactly how much that meme had to do with the whole rest of the week, it highlights even further to me how fake the fake news really is, because truly nobody saw it, like 8 people. And one of them had to be the dude that sent it into the New York Times.
Exactly.
So all they did was just solidify to me that they're worried about us as a MAGA movement and the Amp Fest specifically. And we had some really good speakers. They had all kinds of incredible people there.
Well, Kimmy,
I don't know how much you want me to talk.
what do you say we get into some winning news here? Because this one is huge. A tweet from Jim Hoft. Winning, winning, winning. President Trump decreases debt to GDP ratio, indicating economy growing faster than the U.S. debt. And that hasn't happened in a long time.
That is a really good news. I haven't heard that. So I'm not much for talking about the economy. I prefer to spend money more than talk about it, but
so that means
I do know that.
Well, that means if we keep doing this, we're actually going to put a dent in that U.S. national debt, which it really needs to be addressed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do know that much, that you want more coming in than going out, and it sounds like we're reaching that point. But I mean, I still like, that's taxes. What's coming in? I'm sorry for being stupid.
You mean what's incoming? Incoming is taxes, of course, and whatever else the government charges.
I'm not excited that we were so taxed.
Well, they've got all kinds of fees and fines and taxes and whatever you can dream up. But the economy, the GDP ratio, was always below the increase in debt. So this is a huge turnaround. I mean, you have to get your GDP growing faster than your debt, obviously. Otherwise, you're just going to collapse. Right? It's just like you make $60,000 a year, but you're spending $200,000 on credit cards. Eventually, you have to make more than $60,000 a year to pay off the $200,000, right? With the interest.
Right. Or decrease your spending. There's another way to do it, but yeah.
Right. Well, the government never decreases its spending, and there's no way he can get that done in the first term. In the first term, that's for sure.
No.
Especially with the House
Yeah.
run by Democrats. That'll never happen. They'll never decrease anything.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think we'll get the House back in 2020.
I think easily.
I mean, I do like that, the balance of power. I think that's important, but when you've got one branch acting like fools and there is no balance of power, they're just keeping us, there's just gridlock, I guess is what it's called. When you've got the parties working so much against each other, there's no progress being made either way. Whether you're progressing toward crazy like they want to, progressing toward socialism, or progressing toward fixing the country, if you've got people that are just refusing to work with you, then I don't know, it kind of messes up the balance of power. I think the balance of power is assuming that there are people who have good intentions, or enough of them. Anyway, kind of talking.
Well, this is how you get it done. Here's an article from WWD. Looks like a fashion, looks like a ladies article, but I'll stay away from that. I don't want to upset any non-binary, non-gender people in the audience. Open new Louis Vuitton factory in Johnson County, Texas. So that should excite the, I don't even know how to put it. You can't call him she, he, it. That should excite a segment of the population. I don't know anything about Louis Vuitton. Sorry. Maybe Kimmy can speak to this, but this is how you get the economy rolling. You bring in factories back from overseas countries. So it looks like Louis Vuitton adds 1,000 jobs in the next 5 years in Texas by making their, what do they make, Kimmy? I'm assuming handbags or
well,
something.
I guess, I mean, they make yeah, I mean, they're not my thing, but they make handbags and suitcases and leather goods with LV on them or something. I know the president likes them, or the president's family likes them, because they have luggage and stuff in that, and I see them all over the place in Mississippi even, so they're probably, I don't even know. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for a fashion segment or an economy segment.
Well, that's just more winning, because let me tell you, we're actually making things in America again. So that's that can't be done. Remember, you got to have a magic wand to get factories back in America. That wasn't going to happen anymore. That's the new jobs were green jobs, which failed miserably under Obama. Solyndra, that's one example of dozens of examples of failed solar companies. So Trump did bring back factories. He's bringing companies here to make things in America, like he said he was going to do. Magic wand notwithstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy MKQ says
right.
high-end handbags, very high priced. Well, that's good.
Yeah, people like them. I'm not one of those people, but they do like them. They're just, kind of formal, stiff. And honestly, I don't like, this is my thing. Ever since I remember back when Coca-Cola used to, I'm sorry, these earbuds are making me crazy. You're going to see me mess with my ears all night. Coca-Cola, I remember when they first started making those shirts, there was a red shirt with a big white stripe on the shirt, and it said Coca-Cola on it. And even then, I remember thinking, why are we paying $50? It's $50. I remember this. I could remember it wrong, but I think I remember being $50. And I'm thinking, are we paying them to advertise for them? Am I giving them $50 so that I can advertise for them? This is not an honor to advertise for people. And so to me, I don't even dig those kind of handbags and stuff anyway, because I don't like advertising for people. I just paid you $200 for a purse, and I'm gonna walk around with your name all over my purse so that everybody can want to spend more money with you. I feel like it's a racket. But I'm happy they're here.
Well, that's like when the cigarette companies, remember Winston, or I think it was Winston or Marlboro, used to give out merchandise for all of the tags you sent them or whatever. So you got a jacket that said Marlboro all over it, So you're a walking billboard.
But at least that stuff was free.
Well, you had to buy hundreds and hundreds of... You had to buy thousands of dollars worth of cigarettes to get a jacket, right? So that you can advertise your product for free.
Yeah, but the thing with that, though, the difference there is that you were buying the cigarettes anyway, and then you weren't paying for the item. But I do see your point. However, having said that, if I had known we were going to discuss the Marlboro thing, I could have gone to my. I've got a pack of Marlboro playing cards in my house from those days.
So
That's what I got with my Marlboro points.
those Marlboro playing cards
If I
cost
only
you
had-
about $4,000 worth of cigarettes, right?
Probably. Probably. I have no idea how many packs I had to smoke.
Well, we're
But not only did I get playing cards, I also got my voice from them. So they've given me lots.
we're gonna do a little pre-rally stuff here, and then we're gonna get into some rally stuff here. Kimmy, what do you say about that? Maybe that's in your wheelhouse.
We'll see. Can't promise.
Okay, so here's
I
Trump.
can giggle and drink wine.
Oh. Here is President Trump before the rally. I think he's at the Louis Vuitton factory, and I think our audience will love this clip.
Unemployment rate in France. How come what the recipe for?
Well, maybe we have a better president than you do.
Mr. President, are you any?
You have very low unemployment rate in the US and we have a very high unemployment rate in France. How come what the recipe for?
Well, maybe we have a better president than you do.
Oh.
I love that. He's got a good point.
Yeah, obviously, France has a very high
feel like-
unemployment rate. In fact, I think everybody in the
I guess.
EU has a high unemployment rate.
Everybody who has a what?
Everybody in the European Union has a high unemployment rate.
Oh,
Spain, France,
well, that makes sense.
Italy, I think Britain. I think that's why Great Britain wants to get out, to be honest with you. But I think their unemployment rate in France is well over 20%. And it's been that way for a
Wow.
long time.
Oh, that's bad.
That's
That's
why you
really
had the
bad.
yellow vest going. It wasn't just about the taxes on gas. It was people don't have jobs in France. So we'll get into more rally stuff here. We got some pictures here. And I know Kimmy can't see them, but we'll try to roll them so... Oop. For some reason they're not working. Come on. So here's some rally pictures in a second here. Let me cue them up. Here we go. So that looks like I don't know if that's David Harris Jr. I know he was at the rally, but there's
he
two
was there.
gentlemen wearing a shirt that say, "Hell yeah, I'm black and I like Trump." Boy, that's really got to upset the left.
There's a lot of black people who love Trump, and a lot of them were at AmpFest. There were so many, the variety of people at AmpFest, and they all liked each other, and they're all, or at least they pretended to. I can't speak to their actual hearts, but everybody was so nice to each other, just like you would think it would. You know, like we already know this, that we are loving and accepting for the
Now,
most part.
I'm going to play Boogie Bumper here for a second
Okay.
and say the left would say, look at all that space above them. Look at all those empty seats. Nobody wants to see the orange bastard. Right? See all the empty seats?
Probably.
I like this guy's shirt. It says, I think it says Trump, and on the back is a bunch of different dates. 2020, 2024, 2028, 20. And he checks
And
it.
only one's been checked off.
Yeah. Oh, we'll roll to the next
I
picture.
like that.
Oh, geez. There's the rally. So, for that fake news I just reported about all of the empty seats above those two gentlemen, look at that. Wow. That is quite the crowd.
By the time you move on to the next one, I'll be like, oh my gosh. Do you have a count on how many people were there? Was it bigger than the Elton John concert?
Well, it sounds like the fire marshal was saying upwards near 80,000 showed up for the rally.
80?
80,000.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now, somebody did
Wow.
have a good tweet, and
Yeah.
I forgot to screenshot it, but they showed the Beto rally that was competing with this rally on the same night. And it looked like he could fit that crowd into one of those small conference rooms at AmFest.
Probably. I saw Dan Bongino's tweet. He said that there were more people in line to buy MAGA hats at the Trump rally than there were at the entire Beto rally.
Oh, wow, here's
That's
another
probably not an exaggeration.
another good shot coming up here, Kimmy. Woman holding a sign that says Latinos for Trump 2020. But you can get a clear shot. They're way up in the rafters at this place. I'll give you a second for it to
Yeah,
get up
we
there
were in
for you.
South Florida. Oh my gosh. That is incredible. This is for a president, y'all. This is for like
And I don't
this
even
world has
think
gone mad. I tell you.
I don't think
This is for
Obama
politics.
filled anything like this during his second run, did he? I don't recall anything like this.
No. Or his first, probably. I don't know that he even had the courage to try. Like, did they even try to have rallies this big for Obama?
No. Nope.
Yeah,
He-
I mean, this is phenomenal. This really is an incredible time to be alive. It's an incredible movement. And when you look at that, and people go by those numbers to be entertained. Like, this building is for entertainment purposes. It's for sport. It's for concerts. It's for Disney on Ice or whatever. People don't show up by these numbers to listen to the president speak ever. Like, this is a new thing for our country.
This is like a
And for some
convention, right? This is what they would fill for maybe for a convention. And I don't think they bring this many in for a convention.
I wouldn't think for a political convention, maybe for a. I don't even know what kind of. I don't even know.
I think for a convention you would
But I mean, it's
see
incredible. It's,
maybe the back end of this, the oval, right? That's
yeah, like
about
close off half of it.
right. That is just an
Yeah.
astounding amount of people to show up for a speech of the president. That tells you something. People stood in line. They were in line. I think Doc Martin was saying 2 days early to get in.
Yeah, they were, or at least that's. I think you're right. I've been to 3 rallies, and they were impressive. But this right here, we did not have those numbers even at the rallies I've been to. I was in a overflow football stadium, like high school football stadium, but it nothing like this. That's ridiculous. I mean, not ridiculous in a good way. I mean, and when you talked about the Latinas for Trump, that was one of the things at the AmFest is being in South Florida is there were so many Latinos and Latinas at that volunteering and attending that it was very encouraging to see firsthand, because you hear about it. It was very encouraging to see them firsthand, and they were every bit as passionate about the president as anybody else I know.
Our last photo up, Kimmy, we have, it looks like she's wearing a Latinos for Trump shirt. Became a U.S. citizen in 2017, voting for Trump 2020. Because I've always thought this, and you've heard this quite a bit, that legal immigrants who paid the price to study, take the test, do everything right, are against amnesty,
I,
DACA, and any of this other cutting in line garbage the Democrats want to, and the Rhino Republicans want to pull. So
they are.
I mean, there it is, right there.
They are. I met someone down there that I spoke with. Turns out she was running for Congress, and so I may end up having her on my show. She agreed to come on, but you know how that works. Let's do lunch kind of stuff. So I don't know if she'll come on or not, but I asked her before I realized she was running what she thought about illegals versus non-illegals and like how they feel about each other, you know. And anyway, she talked to me some about that. I'll let you move on.
Here's a good one, Kimmy. You might like this.
I like him, Mom.
We want to return to reckless wars open.
I like him, Mom.
We want to return to reckless wars open.
Oh, there's a little child standing on a chair pointing at the TV. And it'll probably take a few minutes for you to see it, Kimmy.
So sweet. He made up his own mind. He was too young to have been brainwashed by his mommy. He just knew from a visceral level that I like this man right here.
Well, more than likely brainwashed by his teacher, right? Because education is definitely brainwashing our kids.
They will do that. They will do that.
Here's a good tweet from, and I cannot, Cambry Kawahin Koa. And it's a shot of the Trump rally.
I think it could be a neighbor of James's.
Yeah. There we go. This is...
It's got to be one of James's neighbors.
This is people trying to get into the Trump rally at American Airlines Center. Wow, look at the crowd. And they're not all white. Wait a minute. That can't be right. That he had to have hired those people.
Yeah, it can't be the right picture.
Yeah, that's fake.
And they're not young white men with shaved side heads. What's a side head? What is that white nationalist hairdo that they have?
Oh,
Richard Spencer.
Skinheads, or I don't even know.
I do
being a white,
actually,
being a white supremacist, we should know this, but we don't for some reason, right?
Yeah, I totally got the wrong haircut last time I went. Of course, I don't know if there's a girl version of white supremacy hairstyle. I need to look into that.
A girl version of white supremacy hairstyle? I don't know. That's something I don't know.
There's got to be.
You know, but we're white supremacists. We can't even get the hairstyle right. But oh, okay.
Well, we're non-conformist white supremacists, so we also like black people and Latinas and all the rest of them. We don't conform.
Oh, we got some video
rules.
here of the crowd at the Trump rally. Maybe this will be. We can show the group here.
These earbuds are pissing me off, Phil.
Holy crap! Wow. What a crowd.
Yeah.
Boy, I would have liked to have been there because that being there, seeing it on video is one thing. It's pretty impressive on video, but being there actually has to be like, wow. Look at this crowd to hear the president give a speech. Not to see a concert, not to watch a game, but to give a speech.
Yeah, this isn't the Eagles' 12th farewell tour. This
No.
is the president. I don't know. I would have gone, but I'm such a front row seat kind of person that I would have had. I prefer the rallies that I've been to because I can kind of work my way up to the front, or at least close enough to the front. You know, like a proper groupie would.
Here's another video. This one's from David Harris. Jr.
You have got to see this, folks. The arena in Dallas right now is packed to the brim, and then they're going to take you outside. Let's take a look.
Holy crap.
All the way to the top. The sea of people everywhere you see, folks. That's inside the arena here in Dallas. Now I take you outside the arena. Let's go look. All right, now we're going to go outside. The president actually spoke right there earlier. He addressed the people in this very room. It was a private event. It wasn't open to everybody. But I got to show you what I'm looking at right now. This is going outside of the arena. I'm just going to act like this isn't here. Move it over to the little bit. Because you got to see what's outside, folks. Are you kidding me? This is outside. Thousands of people. Still wishing they could get inside to see the President of the United States. Are you kidding me? They get to watch it on this big Jumbotron right here. But I am one of the blessed, lucky, and fortunate ones that gets to be inside. But this right here should let all the mainstream media know and the fake news know. We love our president. We support our president. Impeach this. You ain't gonna impeach all this.
Impeach this.
Wow, did you see the overflow crowd? That is just...
That's incredible.
There were just as many people outside trying to get in. Unbelievable.
Gosh. I mean, it really is the Rolling Stones level stuff we're talking about. I said that during the 2016 election, that this is Rolling Stones level crowds, but this is even bigger than what we had before.
Yeah,
of course, Dallas is a bigger city than, you know, anything we have in Mississippi.
Well, I think no matter where he goes, he's going to fill a stadium like that. I think people will come from all over the state to just get there. I heard people were driving 6, 7, 8 hours to get to that Dallas rally. So all over Texas. So that's pretty darn impressive. So let's
it is impressive.
I'm looking at the chat here, and our friend, sorry Heisenberg, you can say whatever you want tonight. These photos we're showing you are real, and you're gonna get, sorry, but the left's gonna get their ass kicked in 2020. So impeachment,
yeah, like super.
Keep going with your impeachment. Because I'm telling you, it's bringing a lot of Democrats on over to Trump's side.
It's true.
Absolutely. Well,
it's true because they're showing how ridiculous they are. Nobody wants to be a part of that ridiculousness. Well, Heisenberg apparently does.
Well, maybe Heisenberg's drinking a bottle of wild turkey like Nancy every day. I've got to get my wild turkey on. Oh, we got to get into one of the...
What?
We got to get into one of our... it's a win, although it's a dark win. Feds take down the world's largest dark web child porn marketplace. Prosecutors say the vast online store was run by Jong Woo Sun, currently serving a prison sentence in South Korea on charges related to child pornography. So the largest dark web internet browser for online child porn has been taken down. Wow, it had 200,000 videos on it. 200,000. That just disgusting. A lot of work to do yet. But I feel sorry
Yeah, we
for all the
do.
poor slobs that were on that thing, because guess what? You're going to prison.
I certainly hope so. I mean, how many people is that going to be? I wonder. Is there a number in there that
So
tells
far,
us
more
how
than
many people-
300 have been arrested in South Korea as of Wednesday. They caught a man in
that should
Washington,
spread all
D.C.
over the world?
But I've heard this browser has been used right in our own government by government employees.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Well, okay. So I have to ask you about that, because I wonder, like, was it used? If it was used by the DOJ to do investigation purposes and stuff, that's one thing. But I mean, are you talking about like some congressman was digging around for funsies?
Yes, exactly.
You know?
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about
Yeah. So I think
government employees, not, they obviously know who in the DOJ was looking at this as part of the investigation, but anybody that was not part of the investigation, well, guess what? They've got you. Because they've gathered all of the information of everybody who was on that. And it sounds like people in Silicon Valley, Washington, D.C., they're all caught up in this mess. So,
well, I doubt that any of our listeners are even in the least bit surprised about that. But I'm glad that it's getting exposed, and that people, no pun intended, that it's getting exposed, and that people are hopefully going to go to jail for it.
oh, they will.
I mean, we've had. I think that there's a good possibility, because the president has. That was one of the first things he did, was sign an executive order about human trafficking. My glass looks very dirty on the screen. I just noticed that. I need some jet dry or something.
We've got,
Just kidding. I don't even have a dishwasher.
okay, we've got one here that we'll put on for, where did it go? Oh, this is for Doc Martin, since she can't be here. And it's always about Texas when we're on the show. Eye roll. Oh, from Fox News, Texas Longhorn named Bucklehead breaks world record for horn span. Okay, a Texas Longhorn named Bucklehead broke the world record for Bucklehead broke the world record for longest horn span at a showcase this month, according to a report. I think that was in Doc Martin's neighborhood block party.
That's funny. Well, Texas, everything is bigger in Texas.
Oh, I see. I could be rude and say even including the seat of people's pants, but I won't say that. I wouldn't say something like that.
Yeah, you might not. She will be back.
Yeah.
This is not a permanent power outage here.
Oh, you know what? We got
My cousin is what is it?
Oh, no,
we have to go.
Yeah, we got like I don't know, we got a few minutes left here. So let's see.
Do you want to? Are there more than I can just not talk about them?
Oh, let's play this.
Look at him over there, Chuck. He's just looking at us. Gosh damn it, Nancy, keep your cool. Come on, Mr. Poopy Pants, sit over there in his big chair like a big boy. Nancy, control yourself. This guy's got no real plan for containing ISIS, okay? I'm sick of it. Gosh damn it, Nancy. Hey, squirt bottle, stop spitting on my desk. Nancy! You watch your mouth. Sit down, squirt bottle. This isn't AA. How dare you? Watch your mouth, Trump. Chuck, you shut your mouth or I'll slap your ass through the sheetrock. Sorry, you might scare Chuck, but you don't scare me. I just drank a whole bottle of wild turkey. You freaking drunk. Get out of here. want some bull, Chuck? You want some wild turkey? No, I just want to focus on the facts, particularly how to curtail ISIS. Hey, Chuck, there's communists involved. You might like that. Chuck, what the hell is that supposed to mean? You want me to spell it out for you? Trump, you're having a meltdown. Yeah, you're having a meltdown. You're fake news. I wish you were a politician. I'm the freaking president. I know you are, but what am I? You're a third-rate politician. Whatever, man. This guy's having a meltdown. We're out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Go run to your safe place, snowflakes. Nancy, are you okay? Yes, Chuck. I just needed a drink to wash away all of my hurt feelings, you know? What we witnessed was Trump having a meltdown. Yeah, he had a meltdown in there. He was like melting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and he called Nancy names. Oh yeah, he was calling me names, and I was like, I know you are, but what am I, you know what I'm saying? I'm sick of his meltdowns. We need to impeach him. Yeah, we need to impeach him before he melts. That was the worst meltdown in history. So we need to go now, because if I don't make it to the bar to get a drink, I'm gonna have a meltdown. The impeachment color-changing coffee mug. Watch it change colors right before your eyes. Just add hot water and...
Oh, I just drank a bottle of wild turkey. That sounds about right. So
That was so funny. I know you are, but what am I?
Oh, spray bottle. As he was calling her, spray bottle. Oh boy. So we've got 4 minutes left. Close us out, Kimmy.
Oh gosh. With what shall I close us? Well, okay, so all I have to say is we are winning. There's no doubt in my mind about that. The more I see them do, the more it is confirmed to me that not only are we the more sane side, but we are kicking their butt, and they know it. That's the best part, is they know it. And I'm just going to say again, at the Amp Fest, it was such a just an in-live showing of the love and diversity and love of country, the love of people that the MAGA movement is. And I hate that word diversity because it's been used because of how it gets used. But I mean, like, we've got every kind of person, all of them, that love this country and love this president and love each other. I mean, I'm talking like Proud Boys and super duper flaming boys being nice to each other. Like all the testosterone you can find put in one human being and all the lack of testosterone you can find in another one. And everybody loves each other. Or they at least pretend to. They at least accept each other. So I think we got a good thing going. We're winning. Cheers.
Well, everybody, make sure you join us on the next show, and probably we'll try to get it up and running fairly quickly, probably by 10 after 9. Speakeasy, you never know who will be on tonight, so we'll see. I've got one show, new show. We'll promote the other shows in the next show, Speakeasy, but I've got one show is new, and I don't know if you've heard about it, Kimmy, but Nancy Sutherland will be having a show. I think it's called Lighthouse. Yes, Our Lighthouse.
It's called Our Lighthouse.
And it's going to be, I think, on Friday night.
It will be on Friday night.
9:30? Eastern time?
I'm not confident. It is something Eastern time, yeah.
Okay. So we'll get...
She's definitely doing it at Eastern time.
It's not tonight, so ignore that little tonight at 10:19, 6:30 Eastern.
But, yeah, and she did have one tonight, so if y'all want to watch the replay, of course not during the Speakeasy.
That's right, you have to watch the Speakeasy. Coming up next. Thank you for everybody joining the chat. We love all of our viewers. Thank you for coming. Thank you for Kimmy filling in for Doc. The second time Doc's missed a show.
Yeah, my apologies to Doc.
You know, Doc keeps missing shows.
My apologies to Doc for doing such a shitty job.
No, you did fine. See, Doc sends me all the
Oh,
material.
like economy? Wait, what?
So Doc sends me all
What's
the
the
material.
economy? What is that?
Doc sends me all the material, so she knows in advance what's coming up. So it's difficult to jump in there. I think you did a great job, Kimmy. And audience, viewers, give her a hand.
Thank you.
Yes, right. Thank you, Kimmy,
Yeah.
for Doc Martin, the slacker of the show.
Y'all give me a hand clap. Somebody's got to be the weakest link.
And of course, Phil holds the record for not missing a single show, Doc. This one's for you, Doc.
You might be getting poisoned soon.
Woody's Revenge. All right, everybody, catch you on Speakeasy in a few minutes. Watch for us. Thank you.